This happened in the winter of 1996 in northern Hokkaido. I was working for Japan Rail at the time, mostly doing maintenance work, clearing snow off tracks, checking signal lines, that kind of thing. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid well and kept me out of trouble. That winter, I got sent up to a place I'd never heard of, Station 49. It wasn't on the main schedule or any of the official maps I'd seen, and there wasn't even a road that led to it. You had to take a freight cart up an old spur line that hadn't seen passenger service in years. The station was tiny, just a concrete platform, a wooden sign, and a rusted maintenance cabin big enough for two. I wasn't alone out there. My partner for the week was a man named Tanaka. He was older than me by maybe 20 years, quiet and didn't like small talk. The first 2 days passed uneventfully. We shoveled snow, cleared switches, and checked the old signal box. Cold, repetitive work. But on the third night, everything changed. It was around 2:30 a.m. when I woke up to the sound of crunching snow. I figured maybe it was Tanaka going out to relieve himself, but his cot was still occupied. I looked through the little frost-covered window and froze. There was someone standing on the tracks, not walking, just standing completely still. They weren't facing us. They were turned toward the old station sign as if reading it in the dark. The wind was blowing hard, but this person didn't move at all, not even a shiver. I called Tanaka over in a whisper. He looked out the window for about 2 seconds, then pulled the curtain shut and said, "Don't open the door." No matter what. I asked him who it was. He didn't answer. He just turned off the radio and lay back down. That was the first time I felt real fear. Not panic, but the kind of deep fear that sits in your stomach and won't leave. An hour later, there was knocking on the cabin door. 3 soft knocks, perfectly spaced. I sat upright in my bunk, completely still. Then I heard a voice, a woman's voice just on the other side. She said, "It's cold. Let me in. Please. I'm so cold." The voice was calm, not desperate, not angry, just sad, almost polite, but I didn't move. I remembered what Tanaka said. He was lying there too, eyes shut tight, not sleeping, just pretending. The knocking came again, always 3 knocks, then silence. Then that voice. "Please. It's so cold out here." By morning, she was gone. Tanaka didn't say a single word during breakfast. He just packed our things and told me we were heading back early. "Schedule changed," was all he said. When we got back to the maintenance depot, he handed in a transfer request the same day. I never saw him again. Later that week, I asked around about Station 49. No one had ever heard of it. My supervisor looked at me like I was joking. He said there was no such station on our route list and never had been. I pulled out the logbook with our assignment, but the page was gone, ripped clean out. Years passed. I stopped thinking about it, moved south, started a family. But last winter, I came across a post online. A hiker had found an old train stop deep in the forest near Hokkaido. He called it Station 49 because of the rusted sign still hanging from a post. He said the place gave him a bad feeling, like he wasn't alone. He camped nearby, and around 3 a.m., he heard soft knocking. The post was deleted a few days later, but before it vanished, there was a picture attached. Just one. A weathered wooden door covered in frost. And on the glass, there were 3 perfectly melted handprints.